Good evening and thank you for joining us. We start with perhaps the worst possible news.
The search for 12-year-old Naomi Jones came to an end today. Late this afternoon, 2 men discovered the little girl's body in 8 Mile Creek in Pensacola.
Now, it's about 4 miles from Naomi's home, where she was last seen there last Wednesday. We have team coverage tonight. We begin with David Gonzalez, who joins us from what is now a crime scene. David?
Bob, yeah, right now I'm at the intersection of Ashland Avenue and also Detroit Boulevard, and this is where Escambia County investigators have set up their investigation into what exactly happened to 12-year-old Naomi. Right now they're concentrating in the area that you see behind me. It's that overpass that goes over 8 Mile Creek. That is where Naomi's body was discovered this afternoon around 4 o'clock by 2 fishermen who were looking for a place to fish, and that's when they came across her body. The coroner recovering her remains around 7:15 this afternoon, and the sheriff did hold a press conference earlier today and letting us know about what exactly took place, and he says that sometimes life is not fair.
I want to emphasize that the investigation now enters another phase, and that's the phase of a homicide investigation. We have reason to believe, through all the activities that have occurred over the last 5 days, that we now have sufficient information to pursue some individuals who are persons of interest, who may be involved not only in the disappearance of Naomi, but might quite possibly be involved with her homicide.
And I just got off the phone with the Escambia County Sheriff's Office Major Andrew Hobbs, and he let me know that since they announced that they recovered and discovered Naomi's body, no arrests have been made. But as you heard, there is a person of interest that they're looking into their involvement into her murder. But all day today, family, friends, strangers have shown up here to the scene off Ashland in Detroit to gather and reflect, but also searching for answers, praying and crying as well. One woman said something that was very important. She said that in these last 6 days that they've been looking for her, they said that she basically became everyone's daughter and everyone was hoping for her safe return. Some believe this incident will change the community forever.
Oh, I can't say all the things that went through my mind, but I just had to come see where it was at. And it scares me. It's just scary.
And why does it scare you?
That somebody do something like that to a kid, I mean, that's mind-blowing.
And
unbelievable.
And Naomi's father was here at the scene when he found out that his daughter's body had been discovered, and he actually had to be forced away from this area because he was getting into verbal arguments with members of Naomi's mother's family who were out here as well, kind of grieving the process. He was forced to leave, but luckily no arrests have been made in any of that verbal arguments that did take place out here. But as we mentioned, there is a person of interest out there involved in Naomi's disappearance and also murder, and right now the sheriff's office says that they have not made any arrests at this time. The cause of death will be determined by a medical examiner. Reporting from Pensacola, David Gonzalez, Channel 3 News.
David, thank you. I hit it on the head. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? It has been 6 days, as David said, since Naomi Jones was last seen at her home on East Johnson Avenue, about 4 miles away from where you saw David standing.
That was Wednesday afternoon. Deputies say they sent a text to a friend around 12:21, and that was the last time anyone heard from her. By Thursday, she was officially reported missing. The FBI joined state and local agencies as the search expanded nationwide. Hundreds of volunteers began canvassing neighborhoods and handing out flyers as investigators followed up on hundreds of leads.
The deputies interviewed more than 300 people in the course of the past few days. Now, nearly a week later, that gut-wrenching discovery, the girl found dead, as we said, 4 miles from her home.
Now we turn to Channel 3's Jamarlo Phillips, who joins us live from 8 Mile Creek. Jamarlo, what is the family saying tonight?
Jacqueline, tonight the family of 12-year-old Naomi Jones is asking the community for their thoughts and prayers after a shocking discovery that happened earlier today here along Ashland Avenue and Detroit Boulevard. Let's take a look at the pictures we've been showing you over the past 5 days. This face here, this picture of Naomi Jones, we brought you exclusive interviews with her family, law enforcement officials, search groups, and others who were helping in the search for this little girl. Now, today, I spoke with the mother of Naomi briefly over the phone, who she chose not to speak on camera at this time, but asked that we keep the family in their thoughts during this time of loss. Now, I also spoke with the grandmother of Naomi Jones several times throughout the day, who have been holding out on hope since her granddaughter went missing last Wednesday. But A new face came into the picture today. It was a man who claims to be Naomi Jones' father, Robert Jones. He spoke with us today before her body was discovered. He says last week was the very first time he had seen his daughter in a number of years.
And they came to my the job where I work at, and I mean, they didn't say anything about who they are, what was going on. All they did was find out who I was, push me up against the wall, then put me in handcuffs, sit me out in front of them all, in front of people that look like I'm a criminal, and which that is not the most important thing to me about that.
Now, today I also spoke with neighbors and even some people who were close to the family. One mother tells me her son actually went to school with 12-year-old Naomi Jones. She tells me that the girl went to school well-dressed every day and always had a smile on her face. Now, the father, he tells me that he hopes justice will be served for whoever is responsible for his daughter's death. Reporting live here in Escambia County, Jamarlo Phillips, Channel 3 News.
Jamarlo, thank you.